and behind him 307 Dave Hayworth. And then further back from that we see Ashley Chatton in 213, treble 4 is Gary Cannell, and Malcolm Girling in 168. Mean Machine John Allard in 349, and Eddie Englestone in 167. 336 Nigel White, 571 Nigel Orford, and at the back of the grid there, oh dear, certainly one with a number 330 perhaps, Craig Went, they all agreed on that, 330, and on the inside of him, number 88 is Alan Speedy Reed. So Ralph Emerson then, obviously damage in the last one, sufficient to make sure he doesn't come out for this, so I wonder who it's going to be. Gary Cannell perhaps in treble 4, Malcolm Girling 168 maybe, Mean Machine behind him 349, or maybe Speedy will come from the back in 88. Maybe it'll be one of the others. We'll find out in just a few minutes. So the green flag is down and away go the bangers on the figure of 8 grand final, and no Ralph Emerson, who would have been the favourite certainly in 176. So it's Wishbone Smash in the big black Jag, who's gone off at a good old gallop at the head of the field. Sharky's gone though on the far side in number 78, as Wishbone then, with this enormous lead already, heads across the crossroads. Second man is 307 Dave Hayworth, and then Ashley Chatton in 213. So plenty of racing to come in this. I've got a feeling Wishbone won't hang on. He's led quite a few of these, but I don't know. Can't see him, but then you never do know. There he is in the big black Jag then, heading round the Caister Bend. The battle for second is with 307 and 213, and then comes Mean Machine 349. The real danger man in all of this has got to be treble 4 Gary Cannell. Oh dear, it was a close call for 192. Who now finds himself perpetually having to go across the crossroads while the others are going t'other way, and eventually pulls it up anyway, so he's gone. Mean Machine making a charge round the outside in 349, looking for that second spot. Could be some action here at the crossroads. 167 I think makes a wise decision there, finding reverse and swiftly moving himself out of the danger zone. Now he's safely over, so he's on his way again. Oh dear, 177, he had to take his heart in his mouth as well then. 307, Dave Hayworth goes around and gets tipped out of second. So now it's Mean Machine 349 who's second, 213 is third, treble 4, 168 and 336. So this is a real cracking pace being set here. And it's still Wishbone, but his lead is not very big now. It was a biggish lead not so long ago, now it's now maybe 2 or 3 lengths. He heads across the crossroad, he's all right. 213 Ashley Chatton goes out of one of the places. So this certainly is being set at a cracking pace. Girling has gone as well on the pits turn, and it's Gary Cannell who's got rid of him. So Gary, who I think was possibly the favourite for this, is now up to third, while up at the head of the field, Wishbone and Mean Machine side by side across the crossroads. They round the pits turn and Mean Machine gets his nose in front. Wishbone, whose big lead looks like evaporating. Third man still treble 4 Gary Cannell. And then 336 Nigel White. Malcolm Girling is back in the fray, but clearly not going to trouble the leaders now. It's really between these 4, although Speedy's come well from the back. He's now 5th in 88. Mean Machine then has to pause momentarily while 307 comes the other way, but he's still got everything under control. He's now done 8 laps. It's 3 next time, Mr. Starter, for 349 John Allard. Gary Cannell gets second off the Wishbone Smash, so treble 4 is still coming strong in the closing stages of this. Oh, a bang from somewhere, but they all still seem to be all right. So Mean Machine with Gary Cannell closing in on him. 336 Nigel White in third. Wishbone Smash back to fourth now in 512, and then Speedy, and then Nigel Orford, The Crossroads been fairly quiet. There's been some close calls, but nothing actually bashing into each other as yet. That may still come. So Mean Machine heading across the Crossroads again, as does Gary Cannell. There's a lap and a half left. He rounds the pits turn, deals with the Ipswich driver Craig Went, and he comes through for the last lap board. Malcolm Girling goes on a pirouette again. This hasn't been his race, has it? Although he did win one earlier, but this final is looking like Mean Machine's race. He heads for the pits turn. Gary Cannell, despite great speed, is not going to catch him. Nigel White is third, might be a change on fourth, but coming through to win the banger figure of 8 grand final. There he comes. Mean Machine does it. Gary Cannell comes for second. Beyond him, Nigel White comes through for third in 3:36, and then Wishbone, and then Speedy, and then Ashley. And with that, they are done. It's red flag. Mr. Starter, please, to end race number 9, the banger figure of 8 grand final. Eventually we see the pace car, and here he is climbing aboard. I'm sure you're going to want to say to him, well done, because that was a hard-fought victory here in this banger final.